Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jeff from the youve, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I would like to welcome you to a very special interview. I'm here with Jeph from the youve.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just have to say congrats on 15 years of the youve.
Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been
You're
a long
very
time.
welcome. I mean, 15 years being in a band is a long time, and then I was thinking 15 years of anything is a fairly long time. So when you look back on that, does it kind of feel a little bit crazy? Has it snuck up on you very quick?
Yeah, it came faster than you can imagine, and at the same time, I guess it didn't. 15 years we've went through so many changes up and down as a band. I mean, I guess you know, and also personally. I mean, it definitely was a roller coaster, and here we are at the middle part, or wherever we are now. You know, we have a lot more to go.
To celebrate the anniversary, you're now playing sold-out shows across North America, 2 in Toronto. Last night's show was absolutely incredible. So how has your time in our city been?
It's been great. I'm vegan, which is fun. And there's a vegetarian vegan restaurant that's like a mile down the street, and I've walked there every day. And it's really nice because the whole point of that is I get to actually see downtown Toronto, you know what I mean? Because there's like I'm not sure what you would call it, but the walk has a lot of greenery, I guess, and you can see the city in the past, you know what I mean, like far back, and it's really nice. It makes me want to stay here longer actually and see more of it, but unfortunately I have to leave.
Well, the cool thing about this tour is on night 1, you're performing the self-titled, and then on night 2, you're performing the sophomore, In Love and Death. So we're very excited about that tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. First record has been so much fun to play. We're really lucky that we've been able to do this tour, actually. So being able to play full records of songs that we don't normally have enough time to play a lot of these songs. So it's been nice to actually just focus on the first record and then focus on In Love and Death, and that's it. You know what I mean?
These are such essential records, but when you think back to, let's say, the self-titled, what are some of the first thoughts that come to mind when you think back to creating it about 14 years ago?
Oh man, basements, barely getting by, struggling pretty hard, I guess, is even before that, I guess we're struggling really nasty, but you know, a lot of it was fighting and accepting, I guess, accepting that where we were at, we weren't going to be able to play a lot of places because we got kicked out of pretty much every venue we played in back then, and that's probably what happened to how we started writing the most. Is we focus on writing versus playing shows. We want to focus on the music, and that's it. And thinking back, yeah, it's been a crazy roller coaster. Definitely.
For me, growing up, just to kind of be honest with all our viewers out there, I was bullied a lot, and these records helped me through that so much. And you can just tell they obviously have stood the test of time. People are just singing their hearts out these nights. Like, it's absolutely incredible to be in such a positive environment and such part of a great community. And Bert was on stage last night, and he pretty much said that this record has not only saved the lives of fans, but also a lot of the band members' lives. What's it like performing such meaningful songs and such powerful songs night after night? Because when I heard tracks last night, like, I was getting teary-eyed, and that was just one night. So what's it like for you guys?
The way I kind of relate it is it's sort of like having a kid and watching your kid grow. You know, when we wrote this record, it was like, I think 16 years ago, really, 15, 16, something like that, when it was actually being written, you know. We created it then, you know what I mean? And that creation happened. But that creation sort of took on a life of its own, you know what I mean? And it's been living and going, and other people have been meeting it and joining with it and learning from it and experiencing and also giving to it, you know what I mean? Make it become something else. So we've been doing our whole thing and playing music and playing whatever, but our records are growing at their own pace, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like having a kid and watching that kid grow and watching that kid change and go to high school and meet friends and go to college and get jobs and, you know what I mean, and change and become something. Like, it's become something that you put your energy into it to become what you thought it was going to become, but it's going to become its own thing, you know what I mean? And so it's exciting to see what this record has become, you know, and we're excited to be a part of this. And the best part about some of this, and the best part about touring, for me at least, and playing shows is when you're playing live, it's not just the band, you know what I mean? The crowd matters so much. The crowd is at least 50, maybe even 60% of the show is the crowd. If we were playing there and there was nobody there, we would be having fun, but it wouldn't be the same thing, you know what I mean? And the same with the crowd. If the crowd was just there, then, I mean, I guess it would still be fun. It would just be like a DJ playing the songs, you know, and that's cool. That's still fun, but it's that live environment that you can't recreate other ways. It's magic, you know, and that's kind of my point I'm getting at is this record has taken on a whole new world of meaning, and we are recreating it with our fans.
It was mentioned last night that the record means more now than it did when you wrote it. Is it because of how meaningful it is to all these different people out there?
Definitely. I mean, it means a lot to us, but it means a lot to us in definitely different ways than it means to everyone else, you know, because Bert writes in a way that you can kind of get your own meaning out of a lot of the songs. You know what I mean? Like, some songs you may think is about, like, I don't know, losing a parent, or like losing a friend, or like a love between someone, when Bert could have wrote that song about something totally different. You know what I mean? But that's, to me, is important, like I was saying, how you take your own meaning from it, you know? I think that's important in all art, that it's just vague enough that you can grasp and put yourself into it, you know?
How do you keep this passion and drive going? I have to ask because I'd love to be doing this kind of thing in 15 years' time. So what kind of keeps you going and wanting to keep doing this?
Definitely everybody in the band, you know, and everybody we tour with, all of our crew. I love playing bass. I love playing bass in this band. I love touring, you know what I mean? I love my family. That's the hardest part of it. So I have two families. I have a touring family and I have a home family. So it definitely gets to a struggle. That's a whole other monster. But it's what keeps me going and keeps me wanting to stay focused and writing songs and writing music is the point of when we play shows and when we tour, we're having fun. You know what I mean? Like last night, there was mistakes on stage because there's mistakes every show, and we love the mistakes because that's the time on stage when we can laugh.
You can embrace them.
Yeah,
like
we
the
all look at each
mannequin
other.
part last night was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorites.
There's so much fun that goes on tour. Like if you come to enough shows, you can probably see. You can tell when somebody screws up on stage because everybody will look at them and laugh, or you can tell when something like that happens because everybody will laugh, and maybe we'll look at the text because the text will get confused because we're all a touring family together, you know, and you have to have fun.
Seeing that we're celebrating 15 years of beautiful rock and roll shows, when you reflect back on some of the best shows you've been to as a fan, which come to mind?
The best shows?
Yeah, some of the best concerts you've seen.
Oh, that I've actually been to. Oh, sorry. Man. That's tough. I was a... Oh, man.
You've been to a lot.
Yeah, I've been to a couple. I can't even tell you. There's a lot of bands I didn't see because where I grew up, and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't actually get to them, and I didn't have a way there, you know. And so the bands I did get to see was very select amount of bands. I saw, man, that's a tough one. I saw Secret Chiefs 3 play a couple times, and it was some of the greatest times ever. It's a band I grew up with. They're like a... So, if you guys have heard of Mr. Bungle before?
Mr. Bungle?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Faith No More?
Yes.
Okay, so Faith No More had a singer named Mike Patton. This is, a lot of people probably know this who was watching this. I love Faith No More. They were one of my favorite bands growing up. But I also loved this other band that was called Mr. Bungle. Mr. Bungle just, I think Mike Patton was the singer of Faith No More, was in Mr. Bungle first. And I was a huge Mr. Bungle fan. So it's sort of different than Faith No More, but that band, I guess I could have this wrong. I don't know my dad's stat here or whatever, but when he went to Faith No More, I think the band, Mr. Bungle, wasn't able to tour as much. So they started another band called Secret Chiefs 3, and it's sort of like I really, really enjoy that band. I always have. Their first 3 records are incredible to me. They're like I have no idea what kind of music you would call it.
But it's very, very good.
It's good. I'm really into it. And I got to see them play a couple times with my friend, and I was
Awesome.
very happy about that. It was like a childhood thing that I was reliving, you know.
Just seeing that you're always giving back to your fans. I love seeing the way that you reply to them via social media. I'm always seeing selfies that you're able to take with people after the gigs. What are some of the coolest things that a fan has given you?
Honestly, just to say that we've helped. That's words. Words are so much stronger than anything you can possibly give, like, you know, and finding out that we've actually done someone to help someone in a way, like maybe they've had a really hard childhood, or they've had family problems, or whatever problems, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Any kind of help that we've actually done that in some small way our music just happened to help, you know what I mean? That's there's nothing higher than that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we've got a lot of very cool drawings and very cool art and very cool just fan stories of other things, but I have to say the highest thing possible is just a thank you. That's more than enough.
To wrap things up today, is there anything you want to say to all of the used fans out there who'll be viewing? Just any parting words?
Thank you for everything, guys, and hopefully I've met you. If not, please come meet me. Please just come say hi. That's all I want. hopefully you've been to these shows, because this is the last leg of this tour as far as America goes. Hopefully you made it to one of them. If not, I'm sure you're going to be seeing some of these songs live. Now that we've been playing them so much, we've actually been able to hopefully work them into later shows, depending on how long they are. But you'll see. So come back. Come see us.
I just want to say congrats on 15 years, and thank you so much for chatting. Here's to 15 more.
Woo!
Woo!
Thanks.
Just thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at musicblogget.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more with your favorite bands. See you next time.